Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Escape Plan. So it's been a year since my original reviews of Escape Plan. What do I think of it? Do I still like it? Have I even played it? I am glad you asked. I have played this once. I played this as part of my Alphabet in Gaming series that I did when this pandemic kind of broke out and both my wife and I were at home and playing games a lot. But that's the only time it's managed to get out. Now, I find this is the same issue with a heck of a lot of the Vita Lasata games, is their weight means that there's a lot of explanation for people who haven't played the games before. So in order to get this game to the table and all the Vita Lasatas, it's really worthwhile having people who have either watched the videos to go, I understand what I'm doing, or have played the games before. Even people who have watched the videos are kind of, they need that experience of actually playing the games to understand the games. And so in essence, you almost need to have two games within relative concurrence. So the second game, everyone at the table is like, I know what I'm doing and this is what I need to do. Because the first playthrough, people are going to do stuff and go, that was a mistake. But you don't realize it's a mistake until well after it's happened. I really love all of the Vita Lasata games. I find that Escape Plan is probably on the lower end of his games in terms of it's the weight, it's a bit lighter, but also the thematic material, I guess, is a little bit different to all the other games. There was a period when this one came out, which was only last year, where a whole bunch of this kind of escape plan type of game was around, or detective type of game. The whole idea of you are a criminal or you are trying to find out what this criminal thing is doing and you need to get out. There was a few of those games around that came out at the same time. This is, I haven't played the others, but this is by far the hardest and heaviest of those games. This is one of my wife's lesser preferred Vita Lasata games also, which may be why it hasn't got to the table as much, simply because she doesn't actually really love it as much. However, last time we played it, she won. Now, there's a really funky little rule with this one where the whole idea is it runs over 3 rounds, and by the end of that third round, you need to escape the city. The escape position or location of that escape will become evident as the third round starts. And so your positioning on the table of where your guy is in terms of how far he needs to move to get to that escape spot can be vastly different and can vastly change how you play. Once someone has escaped, it's going to cost you money to escape. If you don't have enough money to escape, you can't escape. And so no matter how well you've done for the rest of the game, if when we get to that end spot, you haven't got out first and you don't have enough money, you lose. And that's what happened to me last time I played. I don't mind that that's a thing, but that's what happened to me. My wife was like, I'm not playing well at all, I'm not playing well at all. And she got out first, leaving me there. If I'd managed to get out, I would have easily won. But because I didn't have enough actual money to get out, no go. So there's this real tension on this game of, I need to put aside enough money to think if I'm the last person out, I have enough to get out, but I need to use that money to do all this other stuff. And there's that push-pull on it, and it's kind of why I really like the Vita Lasata games, I guess, is there's always a push-pull on every decision, and there's a lot of decision-making to go on. In terms of the actual playing of this game, your choices of what you're doing, then they're relatively straightforward. They're relatively, I can go here, 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 or here, movement, but stuff's going to happen. And just keeping those extra rules of this is what's going to happen when you go here, this is what's going to happen when you go here, in your mind it's tough. I've had games of this where no one has gone anywhere near certain elements just because we haven't remembered it right, or we don't think we know exactly what they're going to do, so it's just easier to do the stuff we remember. And it might be worthwhile just revising over some of those things as a player. So the helicopter, for example, we tend to avoid using that simply because we're not 100% when we're playing. Yes, we can read the rules and go, okay, this is what that means, this is what that means. But when we're actually playing it, remembering what it does, there's some toughness in that memory game. And I think that might be why this one kind of slips a little lower on the Vita Lasata list. Now, as I've said previously, Vita Lasata is my top designer, so having a bottom game on a Vita Lasata list is pretty up there anyway, and this is one of those games. So look, I'll leave it there. If you have not come across Escape Plan before, please go ahead and watch my Gamesplay and Gamesplanation. If you have, you might want a refresher. Have a look at them from a year ago, see what you think. Please, if you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.